We're getting out. Just need to adjust this. Sorry. Just going to adjust that. Hi. Hello, Instagram. Hello, Facebook. Yeah, I'm a bit stressed. We're getting the membership portal up, and I've got my poor VAs all confused. I've got her confused with the new portal, with the new membership site. I've got myself confused too. So we're running late. Those who have signed up, it's coming. It'll come tomorrow. You'll have all the links tomorrow. And yeah, she's just sent me a message. So I will get back to her tonight. Anyway, so stressed. My heart's going ga-dum, ga-dum, ga-dum. Worried. It'll be all right. It'll be fine. I can manually add things in if there is a mix-up. It's not a big deal. Just settle, petal. It'll be okay. Oh, multitasking. So I made it. Hooray. Finally, I got here. So I was just a bit tired. I'm still a bit tired, actually. I had a bit of a big weekend. And, yeah, I had a big... Will what? A man talk to Christ? I can't answer that question right now, Ikra. I'll be back. Yeah, so where am I? I'm confused because my VA keeps sending me text messages and it's scaring me. It's stressing me out. Okay. So, oh my God. I'm here. I made it. Yes. So I'm tired. I'm a bit worn out. I had a big night on Saturday night, but I think it just like threw me back because, you know, for those of you who don't know, I've been recovering from long COVID. So yeah, I got a bit just exhausted. I did my training this week as well. I was lifting this morning too. That was funny. That was interesting. That was definitely an interesting moment. I've got like a bar. Yeah, thanks, Prosser. Just breathe. Yes, and I'm a bit stressed because we put a lot of effort into our beautiful membership site, and yeah, and you know, the last minute, it's all happening in the last minute. And I like to be just a Virgo, organised, but I'm probably the most unorganised person you'll ever meet. If you ever see my desktop, you'd be shocked. Hello, Tyler. Hello. Hi, Christine. Hi. Hi, Sue. Hello, everyone. Good to see you. Hi, Jack. Hello, Michelle. Hello, Caroline. Oh, hi, Marie. Hello. Yes, so hi, Jill. Jill on Facebook. Christ, cards are flying everywhere. Oh, I need to like ground, hey? Need to ground my energy. Yes, that's Prosser said, well, you're here now doing what you do best. That's nice. Thank you. Jill, hello, Pamela. Yeah, so I've just been, it's actually like hit me just like, yeah, it was a bit too much, I think, for the weekend. It just threw me back. And then, you know, each time I did my training this week, it felt like I'd been hit by a truck. I was doing some lifting today with like on a bench press up thing. And I could only have the 15 kilo bar. I tried the 20 kilo bar, and it was just, I was like fatigued after 3 pushes. And then I thought, that's not good. So they gave me the 15 one, and then I put 2.5 kilos on either side of it. And it was hard. It was actually hard. It was hard for me to use. I've got sore arms from it, and I've got a bit of a sore butt from doing like deadlifts and stuff. It's not my thing, really. I dread it. I absolutely dread it. This morning I was dreading it. I woke up and went, oh, no, not that again. Not that again. But I know it's good for me. But it's, yeah, I feel exhausted again. Hello, Gloria, Julie, Kylie, Kim, Sharon, Soraya. That's a pretty name, Soraya. Did I pronounce that correctly? That's a beautiful name. I love that name. Oh, we all need it. It feels like a quickening. Yes. As somebody said on Michelle. Michelle, I haven't seen you for ages. Hello. It's so good to see you. Just realised who you are. Hello. Lovely to see you. Hi, Nicole. Oh, I'm well. Thanks, Kylie. Kylie just asked if I was well. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, Louise Rinaldi said, hi, Marina, would love some guidance this week, please. You're looking great. Keep up the good work. Oh, thanks, Louise. Thank you. Deanna, hello. Nice to see you. So a little bit of housekeeping, everyone. So this is your last chance to join my Intro to Tarot Practitioner Training. This is your last chance. Now, for legit, I'm being honest, I am going to trial it after this round. After this round, it won't be a live training. It will be a self-paced study. So at the moment, my tarot practitioner training will be live. So we'll meet on a Thursday evening where I'll do some live training with you. I'm going to go deep on the psychology of the cards. You won't be learning the therapeutic application like you would in the 9-month training. So there's no psychotherapy in this. It's the combination of the intuition, of your intuition and psychology, and you'll learn 4 different styles of reading in the context in the different spheres of life, love and relationship, career and money, purpose and your creative life, and karma and shadow work and all the defenses, looking at family karma and that sort of stuff, or the conditioning. So we'll be looking at those four aspects and how to read on those 4 aspects as well. And then plus you'll get a free you'll get soul work, which is my business coaching package. You get that for free. So that's valued at $666. That's in the membership site that you can access straight away. So if you want to become a tarot practitioner and create a side hustle or a business from it, there's a little business mentoring package that will help you get it off the ground. I made a lot of mistakes to begin with. I still make mistakes now. We all make mistakes, but I made some pretty big whopping ones. And I think it's really difficult as intuitive and spiritual entrepreneurs to sell our services, because I think most spiritual women are really empathic and have a lot of compassion, and they want to save the whales. They want to save everyone. They want to help everyone. It's not an ideal way to market your business. You really do need to niche. Anyway, I talk a lot about that in the packaging, in the soul work package. I go through how to set up a program or a course, online course or online service and that sort of thing as well. So yeah, it's really good value. It's amazing value. So you get me for 10 weeks. Lucky you. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. You'll love it. You will love it. So yes, the link. I didn't get the link because I've been messing around with panicking about my membership site, getting it ready for the new group. I better find it for you. I'll do that right now. Just pop the link in. So in Instagram, it's above. It's in the bio. And in Facebook, it will be, where will it be? I need to find it. Bear with me. I'm a little bit stressed. Worried about because I'll have to work late tonight now to get it all just sorted. It'll be okay. I'm just being sensitive because, I don't know. It's just what I do. Here we go. All right. So there's the link, and it is above on this live as well. So pretty much this is your last chance. Doors close tomorrow. So, jump if you want to learn with me and do the live training, because it'll be live training. It means you can talk to me about all things tarot and, how business coaching, channeling, go deep on the cards with me, ask me any questions, collaborate with a community of people, with colleagues. It's wise to jump in now if you want to jump in now. That's not to say the self-paced version won't be amazing, because that will be great as well, and it will suit people who are on the other side of the world that have been wanting to do trainings with me, but the time difference is just too stressful. So okay, so there's the link there. Hello, Christy Hayes Tarot, lovely to see you. Hello, Ola. Hi, everyone. Hello, Robin. Oh, so good to see everyone. Thrilled that you're all here. So happy. So, okay, how this works. Hello, Susan. Yes. So, okay. Now, how this works is I'm going to do an energy report first. This is a 3-card reading. Your spirit team, my spirit team, your higher self, my higher self, all working in sacred collaboration together. And I put my hand up to do a reading for the collective. So if there's anything in this reading that stands out for you, take it, because it is for you. I love doing the collective reading. I really enjoy it because I feel like it's a reading for myself as well. So I get something out of it too. So it's good fun. And then after I've done that, you just need to pop a yes in the comment section or ask me a question. I love questions. Questions are great, but please don't ask me health questions. If you've got some serious health issues, you probably should go and see a practitioner that specializes in that area. My area is psychology, counselling, that sort of thing. I'm not a medical practitioner. I'm not a naturopath. I don't have those skills. So Facebook is probably not the place, for serious health issues. Just being honest. Or Instagram. Anyway, okay. Oh, you love the collective readings, Jill? Same. I love them too. So let's get into it, shall we? I'm going to pick 3 cards now. Oh, I need to settle my soul, hey? Just like tune into my heart and just relax a little bit. Stop worrying that things, Yeah. Okay. So, 3 cards. Oh, these cards could be anything. I don't know. I wasn't feeling anything. I was just wondering, like, the mystery. What's it going to be? Okay, let's turn over the first card. Oh, great card. Great card. So this is a good start. Okay, so the first card that we have for this week, 10 of Pentacles. Now, Pentacles are all about your resources, time, energy, money, love, your physical health. How you bring ideas into material form, how you manifest ideas from your imagination or even your logic into physical reality. And the Pentacles traditionally in the tarot are generally about money and finances and career, but when you work with me, you'll learn about the element of the earth element, and we go a bit deeper than just on money. Anyway, okay, so this card represents the legacy. Now, when this card comes up in a reading, it's a reminder that we all kind of, like, to have meaning in your life, you need to sort of look at your why. Like, why are you doing what you're doing? What is the purpose? This card represents you finding that meaning, or you're tapping into your legacy. What do you want to be remembered for? Maybe that's a question you might like to ask yourself. What do you want to be remembered for? How would you like to be remembered? And let that inspire you. Let that become a driver in terms of you making manifest, or you creating the kind of career you want or the kind of life you want. Sometimes it's about the legacy that we want to leave our children. How do you want? What do you want to be remembered by? With your kids, what do you want to leave behind? What do you want them to know? What do you want to teach them? What values do you want to give them, for them to carry with them, that's going to support them throughout their life? It is a very abundant card. It is about receiving and receiving, like, financially, inheritances. It can be about finding that home and the investment, finally making the investment, or maybe even selling your home and receiving money. Usually this card will come up when it is about property. Property is a good conversation to be had with this card, where people want to invest invest money in properties. So those of you who are looking for a home or even a rental property, this is a good sign. This tells me that it's close by. And for some of us, it will be about focusing on your legacy. What is it that you've come here to do? What do you want to be remembered for? So it is, a meaningful card in the sense that I believe we all have a purpose. We all have something to offer this world, and we all have a gift that we can leave behind. And you can't really put a price on your art. You can't really put a price on all of those beautiful resources that you leave behind for your family and for your children and for those your loved ones. It's priceless. And some of these gifts are art and writing books, and maybe is leaving, like building wealth to give that to your children, to have them, make life a bit easier for your kids. But yeah, this is a beautiful card. You can see it's about family. So those of you who are wanting to start a family, this is a good sign as well, that that there's a possibility now. It's getting closer, and yeah. So maybe this week we can sort of focus on family, focus on the legacy, focus on what you want to be remembered for. Start sort of getting some perspective about what's important, what is really important, your big why. Why are you doing what you're doing? What's the purpose of it? Why does it matter? Get in touch with some of those values and let them drive the way in which you make money, or the way in which you develop your career, or how you invest your time and your energy into your daily life. Okay, the next card. Oh, beautiful card. So nice. I'm so glad that this card's come up. Oh, this is confirmation for me. This is a good thing with all my messing around with the business, with the membership side. Stressing me out. Now I feel relaxed. So the card that we've got now is the 9 of Cups. Now, the cups represent my VA's just sent me another text message. I find it really distracting because I start to get stressed again. Okay, so the cups represent emotionality. The cups represent your relationship to yourself and your relationship to others. We are reminded with the cups that we are relational beings. We know who we are and we know who we are not through the relationships that we're having. So when this card comes up, or when the cups come up in a reading, it is about feeling, it is about heart consciousness, it is about emotional fulfillment. The cups are about relationship. And the 9 of Cups is about wishes coming true. It's about emotional fulfillment. It is about, it's about good, like, trust. Things will work out. So those of you who might have been having some difficulties this week, or some struggles around relationship, this is a really good sign that things will heal, and you'll connect, recommit. It's a positive card. It's not a fantasy, this card, it's a reality. But usually to get to this point, in a relationship, you have to go through quite a few trials and tribulations, difficulties. You kind of have to, explore, well, you can't help it, but explore each other's sort of darker side as well. It's not, relationships are very triggering, right? They teach us about where we might be projecting our wounding or our childhood wounds onto our partners. We're all sort of projecting that on each other. This card represents a deepening of commitment despite going through difficult times, or despite the difficulties that you've been through. Now, this doesn't necessarily have to be in the context of like lovers. This can be, friendships, reconnecting with a friendship and feeling loved, feeling the love again. Or it could be in business, you're thriving, you're feeling like connected and happy and emotionally fulfilled. It can even be with a new job, to trust, things are okay, it'll be okay. This is a dream come true, even if but there's been some struggles, you're going to be so emotionally fulfilled by it. And just to remember your big why. Remember why you're doing what you're doing. Remember your motivation for this. Okay. Oh. This is a good card, but it does suggest endings. Okay. So, are you all ready? Are you all ready for this? Oh, big deep breath, everyone. For this card, we all ready? So we've got the 10 of Swords. Now, this looks pretty full on, doesn't it, this card? All right, let's talk about this card. Let's talk about the swords first. So when the swords come up in a reading, they represent truth, or they represent the distortions that we often, or the defenses that we often put up to avoid the truth or to distort our reality. And the swords want to cut through those distortions. The swords want to help you drop down those defenses so that you can actually see the truth of who you are, the truth of the relationships that you're in, the truth of the situations that you find yourself in. And they do represent change and transformation. They're probably the most transformational of the minor arcana. And the swords get a bit of a bad rap because change with the swords doesn't usually happen without conflict, without difficulties, chaos. They're a bit chaotic. So if we think of the swords being ruled by the air element, think of turbulence, tornadoes, but essentially this isn't a tornado card though. Hi, Sharon. So, when this card comes up in a reading, it really is about cutting ties to the past. It's time. It's time to let go of the past. And whilst it might be difficult, some of you, it will be, for some of us, it is difficult to let go because, you might have invested your heart, your time, your energy, but it is time to let go. And it's like short-term pain for long-term gain. It's not really like the death card where you're sort of going through this huge amount of grief. It's actually relief. This suggests that everything you've been through, you are being relieved of it. Athene stands over the top of Orestes. In the story, poor Orestes, the myth of Orestes is that he came from a family who were riddled with this karma where they were killing each other. And Orestes' sister had been sacrificed by his father Agamemnon to win the Trojan War. He sacrificed her to Artemis. And Clytemnestra, his wife, was angry, as you could imagine why, devastated by it. And so to avenge her daughter's murder, she killed Agamemnon. And so Orestes was then left with the family karma. And then he was asked, it was like he had to avenge his father's murder and kill his mother. And he didn't want to do that. So he carried this massive burden. And he did do it. He did what he had to do, but you could see he's just completely depleted by it. So this card comes up when we have had to do the hard work, when we've really been struggling. We've had to face some difficult challenges or difficulties in our personal life in terms of relationship. And but he's been relieved of this. So Athena stands over the top of Orestes and says, enough. You can see she's got her hand up. And Athena, the goddess Athena, brought diplomacy to Athens. And it is somewhat of a diplomatic card. It's like he gets, if anybody's in a court situation, this is a good sign. This means that you get a good outcome, but it comes at a price, right? So it is, facing the truth. I guess the old saying, the truth hurts, fits quite well for this card. That we're all trying to distort our reality some way, somehow, to avoid the truth, because sometimes the truth is difficult to face, and it's a bit like wanting to sweep things under the carpet. You can't do that anymore with this card. It is a great card in terms of cutting ties, right? Cutting ties to the past. The karma coming to an end. So it's a good sign. It is a good sign, despite the difficulties that we see with this card. Okay. So let's summarize this energy report. So the first card is about family, focusing on your legacy. Why are you here? What is your motivation? Why does it matter so much? What do you want to be remembered for? How do you want to be remembered? And start aligning, choosing actions that align with that, choosing to be that, to behave that, to exercise that, to make that happen. And it is the card of receiving some kind of inheritance or money or payout, but it's also investments. Investments, the house shows up, the rental property shows up. You get your house, you get taken care of. There is a stability with this card, that if you've been seeking stability, this is your answer. This is a sign that it's on its way. The Nine of Cups represents emotional fulfillment, and it is the promise of everything working out okay, that wishes will come, wishes do come true. Relationships that have been through hardship resolve, or there's reconciliation, and yes, lessons have been learned. And it's a beautiful card. It is a beautiful card. Sometimes it is about meeting your soulmate, meeting your life partner. Sometimes it can be about that as well, for sure. I don't like to say that because I don't want people to feel disappointed, if it doesn't happen, but it definitely can be about that, absolutely. But it is about emotional fulfillment, whether that be with your work, whether that be with your career, whether that be in relationship. It's, and it's a reconciliation, and it's coming, it's two mature adults coming together, and seeing things realistically, not from some fantasy of the illusion of exalting a lover and projecting what you want on them. You see the person for who they are and you love them for that. Okay. So the Ten of Swords is definitely about letting go of the past. It's time to cut ties. If you want what you want, you need to cut ties to the past. And it does require that you face the truth. And don't worry, because Athena is a protective goddess. She will protect you. If you think you are protected, you're protected. If you're honest with yourself, despite the chaos, you will be relieved of the karma, and you'll get what you want, but you've got to cut ties to the past. Okay, that's this week's energy report. Oh, I did it. Hey, I got through it. Move on to the future, process says. Yes, something like that. Or let go, stop bringing the past into the present moment. Don't compartmentalize. Put something in the drawer where it needs to go and shut it. Goodbye. Enough. It's finished. Oh, thanks, Geraldine. Geraldine said thank you. Oh, thanks. Oh, everybody's saying that was a really great read. Thanks, because I'm a bit flustered tonight, so I appreciate that. Yes, so let's do some reads now. So if you'd like me to read for you, please pop a question or a yes in the comments section, and then I shall read for you. I need water, actually. I'm feeling dry. Anyway, I'll do it afterwards. I'm here now. So, okay, let's start with Danielle Marie. Danielle Marie says, can you please tell me if my relationship is really over? I wonder which card you pulled is for me. Oh, right. Oh, yes. Okay, Danielle, I can see why you might have been confused with the energy report. So let's pick some cards out and let's see what comes up. This is for Danielle. Okay, so these aren't negative cards, okay? These are really positive cards. Let's start with this card. So the Six of Cups, it's a beautiful card. The Six of Cups is about sort of reminiscing about the past. There's a feeling of looking back into the past and seeing all the good things, all the nice things that happened in your relationship, all the things that had you fall in love. And it is kind of like reflecting back, seeing how it all kind of unfolded, and it's the card of recognition that you did love and you do love, but it doesn't necessarily mean that this person is for your future. But it is the recognition that there was something there. But it is a reminder, this card, that because of what you've been through, because of what you've experienced with this particular person, it's given you insight in terms of what you actually want, what you truly want. Now, whether or not this person has the qualities or the capacity to be with you in that way, in that kind of like that sort of depth, if he can actually do that, then this is a great thing. I'm not sure. And when this card comes up, it's not a promise of things reconciling, but you can, if things reconcile, if it gets to that, and I'm going to read the other card in a minute, you'll be able to move towards this relationship now with more clarity about what you actually want. So the next card that I've got for you is the Queen of Wands. Now, I need to tell you about this story. So this queen, her name is Queen Penelope, and she was married to Odysseus. And Odysseus was, he went to war. He had to go to war and fight in Troy. And she was left with her newborn child, her son, and she was left to look after the kingdom whilst he went to fight, when he went to battle. But it took him 16 years to come home to her. And during that time, there were so many suitors that were vying for his seat. They wanted his seat. They wanted her, but they wanted his seat. And she did everything in her power to fight these guys off. She created all these little challenges that she would outwit them, outsmart them, and they couldn't pass these challenges. Anyway, long story short, the entire time people were telling her that he wasn't going to come back, that her lover, that her husband was long gone, and that she's not going to get what she wants, so therefore give up. So this is the card of commitment. It is the long-term commitment to go all in for the long haul. And sometimes it'll come up, this card will come up when we are willing to be patient and to wait for the right person, the right opportunity, to stay and not detour from what you want. You need to listen clearly, like drop into your heart and stay true to what you truly want, because you will get it. You will get it. But don't, that's the word I'm looking for. Don't settle for anything less. You don't need to, because you're going to get what you want. You just need to be patient. You need to be patient for it. It's coming. Okay, that was for you, Danielle. Okay, so let's see. Robin. Hello, Robin, on Facebook. Oh, no, I'm not going to do the next 3 months reading for you, Robin. If you want a 3 month reading, you need to book in for a reading with me. That's going to I'd have to pull a whole heap of cards out for you. That's not a good question. That's not a helpful one. We'll just do spend the entire live reading for Robin, shall we? Book in for a reading, Robin, and then I can go deep on that for you. All right, so let's see. Juwinta Hickson. Hi, lovely lady. Can you give me some guidance in my love life? I've been single for nearly 9 years. Oh, that's a long time, isn't it? That is a long time. I've been single for 5 years. Yes, that's okay, Robin. Just pop a yes in there, and then I'll just pull a card for you. We'll do it that way, shall we? I don't mind doing that. Just pop a yes in there. Yeah, so let's read for Juwin. I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name correctly. I hope I am. Yeah. All right. Okay. A card. Here we go. Oh. Okay. Listen. Look at the 2 cards that you've got. This is what she got. Let's start with this card. Well, let's start with this card. Let's start with this one. So this is confirmation that you will have love again. You will. Obviously, you've got to be proactive about it. So don't listen to this. I'm going to be frank. I'm going to be really frank. Don't listen to this bullshit that people say, saying, oh, it'll happen when it's meant to happen, all of that sort of stuff. Yes, to some extent. But if you're sitting behind closed doors and you're not getting out and you're not making the effort to meet new people, you are damming up the flow. It's highly unlikely that it will happen. Go out there, mix it up, and start being a bit more brave. This card represents, yes, a potential partner, but also the fact that you protect yourself. You can see in this card that his gown doesn't actually touch the water. So this is the card of once bitten, twice shy, where you're not fully allowing yourself to open up. You're not, you've got issues around trust. Many of us have. This is not unusual, especially, relationships don't usually break down. Previous relationships don't usually break down because they were good, right? Shit's happened, and you can be a little bit burnt by that or affected by that a little bit. Sometimes it's huge. So, this card, it is about you having to do some of that personal work of practicing vulnerability. Now, vulnerability isn't necessarily, I've said this a million times over in my lives, and I'm going to say it again, vulnerability isn't necessarily about you like telling your new partner or someone that you've just met all your entire life story and how all your pain, talking about your pain, your hurts. It's not necessarily all about that. But vulnerability is about sharing, how you feel in the moment with someone. Being able to say the things that you feel in the moment. I like you. I'm enjoying your company. It was nice talking to you. I feel good when I'm around you. Those sorts of things. And sometimes, well, a lot of the time, people avoid those sorts of conversations because they're scared of getting hurt and they're scared of what that brings up. So when they drop the guard and they're vulnerable in that way, yes, you open your heart, and it's not just love that you feel, but it's also hurts. The pains from the past will rise with that as well. So when this card comes up in a reading, it is very much about you doing some personal work around dropping the guard and allowing yourself to be vulnerable for relationship again, and absolutely you've got to get out. You've got to get out and meet people. They're not going to come to you, and this suggests too that your next partner, the guy, the next person will be very sensitive. This is somebody who's probably been hurt as well and is likely to be highly sensitive. So, I encourage you to open up. This will be somebody who will need to see you being vulnerable, to trust you as well, to feel trust in you. So now the other card that we've got is wishes coming true. Look at this. Look at the picture. It's a beautiful picture. This is commitment. You are going to get the relationship that you want. You will get the relationship that you want. You've got to do some work around vulnerability. You've got to open up. You've got to practice. You've got to get out there and start doing it. And it's, I think, on the whole with relationships, you've got to it's a bit like rolling a dice. Marina, the relationship guru. It's a bit like rolling a dice, right? So you've just got to keep rolling the dice until you get the double six. And yes, you've got to sort of grow a bit of a thick skin, right? We're all going to get hurt. We're all going to feel things and all that sort of stuff. And you've got to pick yourself up and dust yourself off if it doesn't work and try again. Keep trying. Don't give up. But, it does mean that, every time it doesn't work, you're going to break a little bit more. Well, you'll crack your heart a bit more open, a bit wider each time if you allow yourself to feel whatever's there. Yes, says the girl that's single. But I am pretty proactive. I don't, I just keep on keeping on. One day I'll come across him. Okay, so you're so welcome. Okay, so next person is, I'm going to read for. So look, no one's on Instagram at the moment, so I'm not going to read for anybody on Instagram right now. But and I never get many people on Instagram, guys. So all the Facebook people, you should move over to my Instagram, Marina Lobas 73. Okay, so I just don't even know. There's just so many people on there. I don't know who to read for next. Who's next? Okay, there was some at Prosser. Here we go. Hello, hi Prosser. Yes, I'm going to read for you now. Lovely to see you again. I think you're here most weeks. I'm so glad that you're here. Thrilled, happy. I'm really happy that you're here. It's nice to see you show up every week, and I'd love to read for you. So, okay, let's pick a few cards. Do you know what? I'm missing the voice tonight. I love the voice. I love music. And I love lyrics. And I love listening to people singing lyrics because it's poetry. And I love people singing poetry. It's beautiful. Yes, I'm missing the voice. Now, I know the voice is really mainstream and all that sort of stuff. I still fucking love it. Can't help it. Love it. Into it. Totally into it. So I'm missing the voice for you guys tonight. I'll have to watch the replay. All right, Prosser, this is for you. Yes. Oh, great cards. Okay. So first card. Now you didn't ask a question, did you? Did you ask a question? I don't think you did. No, you didn't. You just had just a card. Okay, so let's start with, well, there's two great cards here. So the first card is the Hermit. So this suggests to me, now we can read this card in many ways. I'm going to read it in the context of you like practicing, your meditations and taking them a little bit more seriously, like practicing going inwards and connecting in with something deeper within you. And it's not that you haven't been doing that, or you can't do that, or you've never done that before, but I feel this is the card of meditation, and you like tuning in. Now when I bring this card up, tuning into your future self. Now, what I mean by that is that often people, when they think about their future self, they will project their future self outside of themselves, and they're kind of off somewhere in the distance, off in the never. One day I'll get to that person. One day I'll become that. One day I'm going to like be this. And the message with these cards is that you need to bring your future self into the present moment and start taking aligned action from that place. Now, the way to do that is to go into this beautiful meditative state and tune in to your most vital version of you, the you that you would love to become. Like, tune into that and become that. Feel into the vibrational frequency of what that would feel like if you were to imagine yourself being her. How would she act? What would she love? What would she no longer tolerate? What would she be aiming for? What kind of skills would she have? And meditate on that. Feel into that frequency, and then start taking aligned action from that, so you can begin to collapse time and you bring that future self into the now. Start manifesting her energy now, and it will stretch you, because if we think of your future self, right, thinking of this person that you see outside of you, she's doing what you might be scared to do today. So the message is to stretch yourself. Yes, feel the fear and do it anyway. This is the promise of things working out. This is the green light. This is the promise of good, good news, good things happening. And yeah, that's your message. Okay. Hello, Tyler. Tyler's just, yes, I'd love to do a reading for you on Instagram. Hi. Yes, if you want to find me on Instagram, my Instagram is Marina Lovas73. I don't have many people on Instagram, so I can see you more clearly on there. I'm very happy to do Facebook though as well. Okay, and so after I've read for Tyler on Instagram, I will read for Jill Crawford. Jill Crawford, I'll read for you in a minute, Jill, but first I'm going to read for Tyler. All right. Yep, so we'll just pick a couple of cards for Tyler. How am I going for time? What is the time? 8:15, plenty of time. Okay. Oh, Tyler. Okay, so now, interesting cards, Tyler. These are your two cards. Let's start with this card. Now, the Lovers card gets in the Rider-Waite. People see the Lovers card and they go, new love, good things, partnerships, that sort of stuff. In the Mythic Tarot, the Lovers card represents the conflicts, the struggles that we have in relationship, sometimes based on trauma bonding. Sometimes it's just, the poor decisions that we make based on sort of lust and not thinking into the future. There's a kind of an adolescent energy to this card where, think when you're a teenager, right? When you're at high school and you didn't I can speak for myself. I'm sure other people will feel like this as well. You weren't that focused on personality or what was, the person on the inside. It was more about how they looked, how they dressed, all of that sort of stuff. So, I'm not suggesting that that's the focus for you, Tyler, but this card is a reminder that you've got to, any choice that you need to make right now, any choice that's ahead of you that you're being called to choose, to decisions that you need to be making right now. You need to focus on the long-term goals or the long-term vision. Focus on the long-term outcome, not short-term gains, long-term gains. Like, is it really, if it's just because it tickles you right now, then I probably wouldn't invest. I probably wouldn't go there. You want to be thinking about your long-term future. This is the story of Paris and Aphrodite, where he was asked to vote in this beauty contest, and the three to vote for these three goddesses, who was the fairest of them all. And they chose Paris to do this because he was a farm. He was a farm. What do you call that? Herds. He was like herding sheep. Shepherd. He was a shepherd, and he was frolicking in the fields regularly with beautiful women. And the gods thought he had a good eye for beauty. So they enrolled him into this process of voting for the most beautiful goddess. And so the three goddesses were Hera, Aphrodite, and Athena. And Athena said, if you vote for me, I'll give you the rulership. I'll make you the greatest warrior. And Hera said, if you vote for me, I'll make you the greatest ruler. You'll rule the world. And then Aphrodite just dropped her gown and said, if you vote for me, I'm going to give you the most beautiful woman in the world. And Paris, being young and immature, didn't think about the long term, who that might be. And she was actually already married. Her name was Helen of Sparta. And she was married to Menelaus. And it was that relationship that caused the downfall of Troy, his city, and he died. He died as the city burnt down. So one must be very careful in their choices. This is your message. Be careful. You are being guided. So this is the card of the guardian angel. It is the card of feeling into your emotions, your emotional reality, your somatic world. You've got to drop into your heart and feel into your heart regarding this choice, regarding your choice, the decision that you need to make, and trust that your heart will not let you down. It will not let you down. You need to feel into your decision rather than thinking. Drop into your heart and feel into what you truly, truly want. Okay, that's your message. Not that there's anything wrong with being rational and logical, balance of mind and heart. If that was the case, we would have pulled the justice card, the card of Athena. But temperance is very much about the somatic world, the world of feeling and emotionality and heart consciousness. And the message was to drop into your heart. All right, so Jill, this is for you. And then I'll move over to Instagram. There's a few people have jumped onto Instagram now, which is good. I've got a sore throat. Do you know, when I went out, when I went into the city on Saturday night, I went into these two pubs and two clubs, and I was in them, and I was wandering around thinking, I feel like I'm in a COVID nest. I felt like I was in a nest of venom where I was going to get sick. It was just, I was paranoid because I got so sick from COVID. I'm still recovering. I was friggin' paranoid. Oh, that's good. Tyler Kate said, thank you. I know exactly what you're referring to. Okay, big hugs. If you need any extra support, Tyler, you can contact me and we can book a session and do some work together. I'd love to support you. So I was paranoid and I've got a sore throat now. That's how COVID started last time. I had this really bad sore throat. And I'm thinking, please don't let that happen again. People do get COVID more than once. I just don't want it to be me. I'm still recovering. And then I started thinking, is that why I feel so tired this week? Is that why? Is it back? I haven't done the test yet. I'll wait to see how I feel tomorrow. If I'm still feeling a bit, lethargic. I've got all that lethargy tomorrow that I'm going to have to test myself again. Hopefully not. Yes. All right, Jill, let's pick some cards for you. Oh, that's a big question. Julie Alexander said, is Chris in love with me? Do we get engaged? Thanks. hang around, because I want to pull some cards on that and see what comes up. It may not be the actual, well, let's just see what the cards, what insights, what blind spots we may be missing. We'll have a look and see what the cards have to say. So don't go anywhere, Julie. I'm interested. I'm invested in that. I want to have a look too. All right, Jill, let's have a look. What cards have we got for you? Jill, so, you know, it's really interesting. Will there be a home? Will there be a move? I think this card represents that you will get what you want. You will get what you want, but it won't happen without some difficulty, without some challenge, without some challenges. And we know with this card, it is about cutting ties to the past. I feel energetically that if you want this new home, that you've got to let go of let go of something, let go of what once was. It's time to cut ties to that energetically. Do some clearing around that, do some work around that so that you can manifest this new home, this move for you. Because there's no reason why that can't happen. Although, in saying that, I remember sometimes things slow down for a reason. It was like when I was, this is relevant, so I want to share this with you. When I was living with my mum for about 18 months, maybe a bit longer. And I couldn't get a rental property. There was nothing that I could do to get myself a rental property. And I was sleeping in this bunk bed in this tiny little room. And I was running business from a shed. Those of you who know me from, a couple of years ago, I was running business in a shed. And it was hard. It was really hard work. And it was, anyway, the reason why I couldn't get the rental property was because I was meant to buy my home. And that's exactly what happened. I ended up getting, purchasing a home. So sometimes we get slowed down for a reason, so Athena will make sure she's the signing off of contracts. She does, she is about agreements being made, court orders being made, agreements being made. But it doesn't. There's usually a price. There's usually a cost, and I feel that cost is you've got to let go. You've got to let go of whoever it is that you're holding on to, or let go of that. This also suggests to me that you need to do some personal work. Perhaps potentially go and get some counselling. Now, this isn't. Don't take this as as any kind of offence. I've just booked in to see my psychotherapist. I have someone that I love to chat to and work with when I've got stuff going on. And it's just a reminder, and I spoke about this card before, that if you want what you want, you need to be vulnerable. You need to be open to it. And if you're guarded and protecting yourself, then it's not going to happen. It won't happen for you. You'll push it away. You won't manifest it. So I would encourage you to go and do some work, personal work around the past, and to help clear some of the hurts that may be preventing you from moving forward. Okay. Christ. Kayla, I read for you last week, so I'll give someone a turn this week. What was it? I think I read for you last week. I'm pretty sure I did. I'll read for somebody on Facebook, and then I'll move over to Instagram. Now, it was Julie, wasn't it? That's who we were interested in. We all wanted to hear about Julie. We all want to know what's going to happen. Is Chris in love with me? Do we get engaged? All right, let's have a look. Did you watch the beginning of this energy report? Did you watch the beginning of it, Julie? It's highly, actually, I've got the 10. Yeah. Well, let me pull some cards for you. All right. Yeah, so guys, if you want to sign up for my Intro to Tarot Practitioners training, this is your last chance. It disappears tomorrow. It's finished. It'll be finished tomorrow. I'll probably, I'm definitely going to close it tomorrow. So if you want to jump in, this is your chance to do it. It is 10 weeks, you and me and a group of incredible women going deep on the Mythic Tarot, learning about the psychological application of the cards, as well as learning 4 different spheres of reading styles that you can bring into your setting if you want to make money and you want to, use it as a side hustle. It's also, there's a channeling component. So you'll also learn channeling as well, channeling spirit. And then plus there's a business mentoring component too. And you get the content, the trainings forever. It's yours forever. You get to keep it for life. You become part of a membership group. You get a link to the membership portal, and all of the content is in there, and it's just beautiful. It looks beautiful. It's just done so perfectly. We're in the process of setting it all up. So tomorrow it'll be up. I sort of wanted it today, but that's okay. Murphy's Law. It doesn't always work out that way, but never mind. It'll be out tomorrow. So if you are wanting to jump in, you need to do it now. Now, it's highly unlikely that I will do it live the next round. What I'm going to do the next round, I'm going to do it as a self-paced study. So I'll be recording videos and you'll be able to do it in your own pace, which is great. That's beneficial as well. But if you want to work with me live, this is probably the time to jump in. Now, if you've seen my 9-month course, that course is $3,333 for 9 months. This one is $555 for 10 weeks. So this is a really great, easy entry level. And if you feel inspired after you've done the 10 weeks, which most people do, there will be a special offer for you if you want to do the 9-month at a really good price point. But yeah, only for those who enroll in the Intro to Tarot. All right. So Julie, this is for you. I should put the link in there, shouldn't I? Well, it's above. It's above in the post, but there you go. There's the link. Oh, okay. Is Chris in love with me? Do we get engaged? We're all waiting in anticipation. All right, so the first card we've got is the Six of Cups. This suggests to me that there is something real there, for sure. There is something real there. But you guys still need to grow. There's still room for growth. And maybe the engagement isn't going to happen right now, but there's still room for growth. And yes, this tells me that there is definitely something worthy of working towards. But you need to, like, when this card comes up, let me tell you what happens in the story because it'll put context to this. So Psyche was married to Eros. They married each other without really knowing each other, and they sort of exalted each other. They put each other in god and goddess status, and they saw that it was like a fantasy. But the illusion fell, and she got to see his true nature, and he got to see her true nature. And they had their first argument, and he ran off to mummy's house, and the illusion, the fantasy fell away, and there she is sitting on her own. He left her, basically. But all is not lost, and that's what this card sort of represents, is that there's something real there. There's something real remaining. There's something real there, and for you in this relationship. But you need to find yourself, find your own independence, or become your own person in this relationship. And this is what Psyche, the lesson for Psyche, is that she has to find her own sense of agency, her sense of sovereignty. This is who I am in the relationship. This is who you are. So there's still some growth to be had in the relationship. I believe you do. You do get what you want. You do get what you want, but not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Okay? Not yet. That's your message. Now, so I have to finish, guys. I've got to finish because my daughter's got school in the morning and I have to get her to bed. I'm sorry I didn't get to everyone. I'll be here next week. I'll see you all next Sunday. And I'm sending you all so much love. I hope you enjoyed tonight's live. Thank you so much for everybody who shows up every week. I just really appreciate it. It wouldn't be fun, would it, if nobody was here? So I'm just grateful that you're all here. I've got, heads up. So before you go, let me say this to you. I've got a free download that's coming, a little mini tarot training, and it's going to be free from now on, and you guys are going to love it. So I will have that ready for you next week. Okay, that free download is coming. It's a training, it's a masterclass that you're going to have forever, that you can keep forever. And I want to gift that to you. I want to give that to you. And that's on its way. We're just setting that up now. The one in, gazillion things that I've got my poor VA overwhelming her with, that's on its way. So I can't wait to gift that to you. I'm so grateful for everybody who shows up. And really, I want to give you some gold. I want to give you something that's really juicy. All right, I'm out of here, everyone. Big hugs, big love.